Phoenix Coldon, a young woman on the cusp of adulthood, had her whole life ahead of her. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. In the blink of an eye, Phoenix vanished, leaving behind a void that could never be filled. Her disappearance sent shockwaves through her community, leaving everyone with a single haunting question: what happened to Phoenix Coldon? The search for answers began, a desperate attempt to piece together the fragments of a life abruptly shattered. But as days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the hope of finding Phoenix began to dwindle. Every lead, every dead end, only solidified the chilling reality. Phoenix was gone. Her family, clinging to hope, refused to give up. The day began like any other in the Coldon household. Phoenix, a ray of sunshine in her family's life, was preparing for the day ahead. Unbeknownst to them, this ordinary day would soon transform into a nightmare. As the morning progressed, Phoenix went about her usual routine. She shared a laugh with her mother, a simple moment that would later become a cherished memory. Phoenix, who was always punctual, was late. Concern morphed into fear as darkness fell, and still, there was no sign of Phoenix. The search began, a desperate race against time to find their beloved Phoenix. Security cameras, silent witnesses to the day's events, held the key to Phoenix's last known moments. Footage from a local gas station showed her pulling in, her car a familiar sight. It seemed like an ordinary errand, but little did anyone know, it was the last glimpse of Phoenix before she vanished. There she was, stepping out of her car, seemingly calm and composed. As the footage continued, a sense of unease settled in. There was no sign of a struggle, no indication that anything was amiss. And then, just like that, she was gone. The footage ended, leaving behind a void filled with questions and fear. December 18, 2011, dawned like any other Sunday. Inside the Coldon residence, a sense of normalcy prevailed. Phoenix, a vibrant young woman with a contagious laugh, was starting her day. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee wafted through the house, a comforting scent that signaled the start of a new day. Phoenix, her spirits high, moved through the house with an easy grace. She chatted with her mother, their laughter echoing through the hallways. Little did they know, these were the last moments of ordinary life they would share. As the morning progressed, Phoenix decided to run a few errands. She grabbed her purse, a brown leather bag that held her essentials, and headed out the door. Her parents, accustomed to their daughter's independent nature, didn't think twice. Her first stop was a local bank where she withdrew a small amount of cash. Security cameras captured her image, a fleeting glimpse of normalcy before the mystery unfolded. From the bank, Phoenix drove to a nearby gas station. Little did she know this ordinary errand would be her last known whereabouts. The gas station's security cameras captured the last known images of Phoenix Coldon. The footage showed her pulling up to the pump, her car, a silver 1998 Chevrolet Blazer, gleaming under the harsh fluorescent lights. She got out of the car, her movements seemingly normal, her demeanor relaxed. She filled her tank, seemingly oblivious to the cameras recording her every move. Paying at the pump, she returned to her car. The engine started, and she pulled out of the gas station, disappearing into the flow of traffic. It was the last time anyone would see her. As darkness fell, panic began to set in. Phoenix was nowhere to be found. Her family, their worry escalating with each passing hour, contacted the authorities. A missing person report was filed, and the search for Phoenix Coldon began. Hours later, a glimmer of hope, quickly turning into another layer of mystery. Phoenix's car, her silver Chevrolet Blazer, was found abandoned on a quiet street in East St. Louis, Illinois, miles from where she was last seen. The discovery, far from providing answers, only deepened the enigma surrounding her disappearance. The Blazer, now a crime scene, was cordoned off, a silent sentinel in the darkness. Forensic teams clad in white jumpsuits moved with methodical precision. Inside the vehicle, a treasure trove of potential clues, each one a piece of the puzzle that was Phoenix Coldon's disappearance. Her purse, containing her wallet and identification, lay untouched on the passenger seat. Her cell phone, a lifeline to the outside world, rested on the center console, its screen dark. but there was no sign of Phoenix, no indication of where she might have gone or what might have happened to her. Days turned into weeks and the investigation into Phoenix Coldon's disappearance continued. Leads were followed, witnesses were interviewed, and every possible avenue was explored, but to no avail. The trail had gone cold, leaving behind a void of unanswered questions and a family grappling with the unbearable pain of not knowing. The case, once a local news story, gained national attention, capturing the hearts and minds of people across the country. Despite the lack of progress, the Coldon family refused to give up hope. They organized searches, distributed flyers, and made countless pleas for information. The idea that Phoenix Coldon would simply choose to vanish into thin air seemed unfathomable to those who knew her best. Yet, in the absence of other explanations, the theory of voluntary disappearance lingered. Proponents of this theory pointed to the seemingly calm demeanor Phoenix displayed in the gas station security footage. However, this theory failed to account for the abandoned car, left running with the driver's side door open. Furthermore, Phoenix had left behind her purse, containing her identification, credit cards, and cash. The lack of any communication from Phoenix since her disappearance further fueled the doubt surrounding this theory. She had been close to her family and friends, and it seemed highly unlikely that she would cut off contact without a word. The circumstances surrounding Phoenix Coldon's disappearance, particularly the abandoned car and the lack of any contact, painted a grim picture, leading many to suspect that foul play was involved. The location where Phoenix's car was found, a quiet street in a high-crime area, fueled the theory that she may have been the victim of a carjacking or abduction. The fact that her car was left running with the door open suggested a hasty escape. The lack of any witnesses to her disappearance only deepened the mystery. Adding to the suspicion of foul play was the discovery of Phoenix's cell phone records, which showed a flurry of activity in the hours after her disappearance. Several calls had been made from her phone, but they were all to numbers that investigators were unable to trace. One theory that emerged in the investigation of Phoenix Coldon's disappearance suggested that she may have simply gotten lost. Proponents of this theory pointed to the fact that Phoenix was unfamiliar with the area where her car was found. It was possible, they argued, that she had made a wrong turn and ended up in an unfamiliar neighborhood. They also suggested that Phoenix, feeling lost and alone, may have abandoned her car and wandered off. However, this theory failed to account for the lack of any sightings of Phoenix in the area where her car was found. Despite extensive searches by both law enforcement and volunteers, no trace of her was ever found. In the absence of concrete answers, the internet became a breeding ground for speculation and theories about what might have happened to Phoenix Coldon. Some theories focused on the possibility that Phoenix had been the victim of human trafficking. Others speculated that Phoenix may have stumbled upon something she shouldn't have. Still, other theories ventured into the realm of the paranormal, suggesting that Phoenix's disappearance was the result of alien abduction or some other unexplained phenomenon. While lacking any scientific basis, these theories provided a sense of intrigue and mystery to an already baffling case. The public's imagination ran wild, each theory adding another layer to the enigma. Lawrence Coldon, his face etched with worry and grief, became a familiar figure in the media. He tirelessly spoke at press conferences, his voice hoarse with emotion, pleading for any information that could lead to his daughter's safe return. His pain was palpable, his love for his daughter, unwavering. He spoke of Phoenix's infectious laugh, her kind heart, her dreams for the future. He shared stories of her childhood, painting a picture of a vibrant young woman who had been stolen from them. Lawrence refused to believe that his daughter was gone. He clung to the hope that she was still alive, somewhere out there, waiting to be found. He organized searches, distributed flyers, and offered a reward for any information leading to Phoenix's whereabouts. His commitment to finding his daughter was unwavering, his spirit unbroken. As months turned into years, the investigation into Phoenix Coldon's disappearance stalled. Leads dried up, and the trail grew cold. But even in the absence of concrete evidence, whispers and rumors continued to circulate, each one offering a flicker of hope, only to be extinguished by disappointment. There were reported sightings of Phoenix in distant states, each one meticulously investigated, only to turn out to be cases of mistaken identity. Someone thought they saw her working at a diner in Nevada. Another person swore they saw her walking down a street in Florida. Each lead, a cruel tease, rekindling the family's hope, only to dash it against the rocks of reality. Then, there were the cryptic messages that appeared on social media accounts claiming to be Phoenix. Were they genuine pleas for help from a young woman held captive, or were they cruel hoaxes, preying on the family's desperation? The authorities investigated each message, their efforts hampered by the anonymity of the internet. Despite the dead ends and false leads, Lawrence Coldon refused to give up hope. He continued to raise awareness about his daughter's case, organizing vigils and speaking at events dedicated to missing persons. He knew that someone, somewhere, held the key to unlocking the mystery of Phoenix's disappearance. In a case marked by frustration and despair, a glimmer of hope emerged from an unexpected source. Years after Phoenix's disappearance, a woman claiming to be her contacted the Coldon family. The news sent shockwaves through the media and ignited a firestorm of speculation. Could this be the break they had been waiting for? The woman, who contacted the family through a third party, claimed to have no memory of the events leading up to her disappearance. She said she had been living under a different identity, unaware of her true past. Her story, while incredible, offered a glimmer of hope that Phoenix might still be alive. The Coldon family, cautiously optimistic, agreed to meet with the woman. The reunion, fraught with emotion, was a media sensation. Cameras flashed, capturing every hug, every tear, every flicker of recognition, as the family searched for any sign that this woman was indeed their beloved Phoenix. However, doubts lingered. The woman's story, while compelling, lacked certain details that only Phoenix would know. Authorities, wary of false hope, urged caution, reminding the public that until DNA evidence could be obtained and verified, the woman's identity remained unconfirmed. Hope, so fragile, shattered with the arrival of the DNA test results. The woman claiming to be Phoenix was not her. A cruel twist of fate, a painful reminder of the deep longing in the Coldon family's hearts. The news, a crushing blow, reverberated through the media. The search for Phoenix continued, but the weight of false hope added despair. Lawrence Coldon, his voice heavy with sorrow, addressed the media. His face bore the weight of years of anguish. Yet his determination to find his daughter remained unbroken. He vowed to never give up hope, to continue searching for Phoenix. For the Coldon family, the news was a painful reminder that their ordeal was far from over. The years of uncertainty had taken their toll. Still, they found strength in their love for Phoenix. The false lead served as a reminder that Phoenix's story was far from over. It reignited public interest, prompting renewed calls for information and support. Years later, the mystery of Phoenix Coldon's disappearance continues to baffle investigators and haunt those who knew and loved her. The case, still open, serves as a chilling reminder that even in the digital age, people can vanish without a trace. The question remains unanswered. What happened to Phoenix Coldon? Theories circulate, yet none offer a definitive answer. Was Phoenix the victim of a random act of violence, or was her disappearance orchestrated? The lack of concrete evidence has hampered the investigation. The trail has long since gone cold, leaving behind a void of uncertainty. Despite the passage of time, the case remains active, a testament to the dedication of law enforcement and the unwavering hope of Phoenix's family. They cling to the belief that one day, the truth will be revealed, and they will finally have the answers they seek. In the face of unimaginable loss and uncertainty, Goldia Coldon, Phoenix's mother, has become a symbol of strength and resilience. Her unwavering faith, her steadfast refusal to give up hope, serves as an inspiration to families of other missing persons, reminding them that even in the darkest of times the human spirit can endure. Goldia has dedicated her life to keeping Phoenix's memory alive, her voice a constant reminder that her daughter is still out there, somewhere. She has become an advocate for missing persons, working tirelessly to raise awareness and support families who are living through the nightmare of a missing loved one. Her message is one of hope and perseverance, A call to action for anyone who may have information about Phoenix's disappearance to come forward. She believes that someone, somewhere, holds the key to unlocking the mystery of her daughter's fate, and she refuses to let the world forget Phoenix. Goldia's strength lies in her unwavering belief that one day, she will be reunited with her daughter. Until then, she will continue to fight for Phoenix, to keep her memory alive, and to inspire others to never give up hope.